The text arrived while my cufflinks were still cold in my hands. Fake dad, don't come. My real dad don't want you here. The words sat there, bright, ungrateful, surgical. The suit was laid out on the bed like a body waiting to be identified. Navy, tailored. The gift beside it, engraved watch, heavier than it needed to be, caught the light and didn't blink. I didn't sit down, I didn't breathe wrong. I read it again, slower, as if speed might reveal a typo. It didn't. The room felt staged, too neat, like something had already happened and no one had bothered to tell me. I pictured the party I paid for, the caterer's smile, the banner with his name in gold, the speech I'd rehearsed without words, the way I'd practiced standing off to the side so his real dad could take the photos. My phone vibrated once more. Nothing new, just the echo of what had already been decided. I didn't cry, I didn't throw anything. I made one call. My voice didn't shake. I asked for a confirmation, then a change. A pause on the other end, confusion, a quiet, "Are you sure?" "Yes," I said, "I'm very sure." When I hung up, the house was silent again, but something had shifted, not broken, aligned. I'd always known I was temporary, I just didn't know how disposable. From the beginning, I'd been careful with my place. I paid tuition on time, I showed up early, I stayed late. I learned when to step back. I learned his allergies, his teachers' names, the exact tone to use when he lied. His mother used to call me steady. She said it like a compliment. Steady men don't ask questions that rock boats. But there were moments, hairline fractures, the way she'd tense when his real dad was mentioned, the way my name never appeared on paperwork unless a signature was needed, the way gratitude was rationed. I told myself it was normal. I told myself love was built quietly. The text made something click into place with a soundless precision. My real dad don't want you here. Not, I don't want you. A borrowed voice, a script. I replayed old scenes, a birthday I wasn't invited to but paid for anyway, a soccer game where I stood behind the fence while someone else wore my jacket, the sudden interest in genealogy, the offhand joke about blood. I realized I'd been cast as infrastructure, invisible until removed. The betrayal wasn't loud, it didn't need to be, it had been rehearsed for years. I didn't confront anyone, I cooked dinner, I asked about finals, I nodded at stories I'd already heard. Inside, I cataloged. Phone bills, late-night calls that ended when I entered a room, the locked drawer that appeared last winter, a school form that listed an emergency contact I didn't recognize. I requested records, quietly, professionally, the way I do at work when I already know the answer but need it documented. I watched the way she watched her phone. I watched the way he avoided my eyes after the text, as if shame were contagious. I ran numbers, dates, names. A DNA kit arrived in plain packaging. I didn't need it for myself. I needed it for the lie. Proof is a language liars respect. I kept my tone even. I kept my schedule unchanged. I even wrapped the gift. At night, the storm came. I replayed every moment I'd chosen patience over truth. Every time I'd told myself this was what commitment looked like. I imagined the future they'd planned without me, how clean it must have felt. When the results came in, I didn't open them right away. Control is about timing. I opened the report at the kitchen table, morning light, coffee untouched. The numbers were decisive, no ambiguity, no room for reinterpretation. The man I'd been accommodating wasn't a ghost from the past. He'd never left. I folded the paper once, neatly. That evening, I placed it between us like a receipt. She reached for it, stopped. Her face did something careful. "What's this?" she asked. "Read it," I said. She did. Her breath caught, her hand shook. The composure cracked in one clean line down the center. "It's not what you think," she said, "because that's what people say when it's exactly what you think." I nodded. I know. The quiet was surgical. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't ask why. I asked how long. She cried, finally, loudly, like that might move the room. I stayed still. The party started without me, or rather it didn't. The call I'd made rerouted everything, venue canceled, catering refunded, banner removed, payment reversed. All legally, all calmly. My name was on every contract. Guests arrived to locked doors and apologies they couldn't understand. His real dad arrived late and furious with nowhere to perform. My phone lit up once. I didn't answer. Instead, I sent one message to a group chat that included exactly who it needed to. "I won't be attending, neither will my money. Please direct all questions to the truth." Attached, the report. No commentary, no insults, just facts. The fallout was immediate. Accusations, denials, silence. I packed that night. Efficient, methodical. I left the watch on the bed. I didn't say goodbye. Weeks later, The house feels larger, quieter. I don't miss the noise. I think about the word fake sometimes, how easily it was used, how precisely it missed. I was real where it mattered, consistent, accountable, present. They wanted blood, I offered backbone. The truth has a way of reorganizing rooms, people, futures. I didn't lose a son. I lost a role I was never meant to keep, and I walked away with something better than their approval. I walked away intact.